Browns 1-1. 3 games ahead. They have pretty good shot at winning. You got the Giants, Raiders, and Commanders coming up in that order. Giants at home, Raiders and Commanders on the road. What do you think we need to see in the next 3 games to kind of set the stage for what's a pretty brutal back half of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, you need to pile up the wins, and this is the easy. This is the softest part of the schedule. We've gone over that, and it's just now that it's here, it still is. The Giants. There's talk about Brian Daboll being on the hot seat. Washington, their rookie quarterback's having issues now. Or I almost called them Oakland. Las Vegas had a huge win yesterday, so maybe it's not. That's not as easy a win as it looked, but it's a crazy league. Period. But regardless, this is the time the Browns have to make hay. So besides stacking some wins, you need to see continued growth in the offense, and that's Deshaun Watson. It's Amari Cooper playing better. It's figuring out the protection and maybe having one of your, Conklin or Wills at left tackle. Like that's where I feel they can make the most growth and where they need to make the most growth before you start going against Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert and all those guys, all those quarterbacks that are coming.
When you look at the Browns' offense, do you feel a little bit more? I mean, after last week, it was like, man, well, I couldn't figure out what they were trying to do against the Cowboys. Do you feel a little bit better about kind of the scheme and what they're doing and the way they want to attack things?
Well, to me, it was more about Deshaun Watson in week one. I thought it was less about the scheme. I thought there were plays to be made, and he didn't make them. So I'm sure the coaching had a lot to do with that in week two, whether they simplified things or just gave him things he was more comfortable with. Whatever it was, he looked so much better inside the pocket, making the decisions like we talked about. So I thought that was the biggest jump. And of course, they're intertwined, but I thought it was less about scheme, more about quarterback.